Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm Whitney MøøN. Welcome to everybody. As I was preparing for this reading, I got a song in my head, which sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't happen. But right away, as I was deciding that I was going to go live and do more reading today, I heard J-Zack, King of My Castle. And I think it was just a really good analogy of some people who work at home. And it's kind of hard sometimes to work at home because just to find the motivation to do it because you're at home and you could just be doing anything you want. And then the universe is like, go do work. And you're like, oh, really? Like, go do work? But it's so necessary. You have to do work sometimes. It's not all fucking fun and just like, let's sit around and watch funny movies and get high all day. No. If only it was that easy. Okay, so King of My Castle, whether or not you are fucking G-Unit all on your own, I don't know. Again, just take the analogy if you want to. Okay, so. Okay, let's see what. Okay. So right away I think someone's having dreams about you. It just comes up a lot. You wouldn't believe the kind of people that walk into my sister's dreams. Oh my God. Like people, it's same with me as well. But she talks about this one person that shows up in her dreams almost every single night, and they get caught. They get busted because they're not supposed to be there. This chick is following her around. She's absolutely obsessed with her, won't leave her alone, follows her around everywhere. I see her in my dreams. That's how I know she's like, I know my sister's telling the truth. If I see her in my dreams because she's fucking crazy over me, then there's something wrong. I'm not saying that if you see people in your dreams, they're crazy, but some people who you think don't like you, or you think because they're not talking to you or something, and then they always appear in your dreams. It's like, just because they're not saying anything to you, it doesn't mean that they're not thinking about you, also dreaming about you, right? Looking at your shit, looking at your profile, wondering if you're dating anybody. Like, you don't know how much people hold back, because I see my sister hold back so much. Like, she holds back shit. I also think she's thinking. She doesn't always, I'm kind of like, I usually kind of like say the first thing on my mind. She will think of it. She won't say it. I'll say it. It's almost like we're twins. Like, you might find that with your brother or sister. You might not be born on the same day. Okay. But it doesn't mean that, like, because me and my sister are complete opposite people. Like, if she, sneezes, I'll fart. Like, it's always opposite. It'll always be the same something, but it's never the same. You know what I mean? Like, if I say, look at that over there, she'll look at a building when I'm like looking at a bird. It's always different, always polar opposite. Okay. So I feel like, I don't know what the hell is up with this person, but I know, like I said, I know personally how much she holds back. And you could say it's because she's a Gemini, but funny fact is about Gemini is Mercury energy, which is communication, which means if you're dealing with a shutdown Gemini, then something's wrong in that Gemini's life, because they're the ones that are supposed to be yelling everything out and they're not. Okay, depending on where their Mercury is, I guess. If their Mercury is sitting in like Virgo, sometimes Cancer, then you might not say anything because those are like hermit energies. So I don't know. I guess it depends who the Gemini is. It always depends on placements and shit. Okay, but I feel like you've got somebody holding back from you, and I don't really feel like they're seeking any advice about you, because I think it's already been there, done that. They've already talked about you enough. Okay. And talking about you, it's like, it's not giving them the right answer, because the only right answer they're going to get is if they talk to you. That's it. right? But talking about you, I guess, helps them in some way. This person is having a really hard time expanding their life. Like, I don't know why, but you obviously came into their life and kind of, I don't know, maybe they thought that you were going to do something, like you were going to make a move, or that you were going to ask them to work for you or ask them to do something and you didn't. This could have been somebody's expectation on you, which is the Gemini energy. They expected you to communicate. That's the thing, is people, you know, because they see me do this channel and they think, oh, you know, she's so out there and she's so, and I'm like, yo, nope. I'm actually very shy. And I know it seems weird because I'll talk to people, but I talk to people because I'm shy and I want, you know, to feel better in the situation, because I don't want to be a bunch of strangers. So I'm usually the first one to talk, but only because I hate awkwardness and I don't like silence. So I'll just make up anything to say just to break the tension. But trust me, I'm shy as fuck. Okay, I'm just ballsy. I get urges to do things and I actually do it, because I'm not the kind of person that if I get an urge to do something, if I don't do it, I get so let down on myself, because I am really outgoing, and if I want to do something, I should be able to do it, but sometimes it scares the shit out of me. Okay, like there's only certain places that I'll work. If there are too many people that work there, I get like mad anxiety. I mean, I'm a channeling wizard. Do you know how many people bring along dead people? Oh my God. There's got to be like 5 people that walk around per person just dead. Okay. So the amount of people, if there's a large group of employees or something, a lot of people around, you know how many dead people that is? That's like the amount of people that were on the Titanic. Okay. It's so many dead people, and they're whining and complaining and bitching, and everything is not right, and their life isn't perfect. And then you deal with the 3D, okay, who are lying, deceitful, fucking trying to gossip about you, trying to find out shit about you so they can talk about you. So it's just like, it's so much drama. It's not even funny. So much drama. Okay, so maybe somebody anticipated you being a certain way and then you weren't, and it lost their line of communication. Like there's been this under oath line. I just saw a lightning bolt in my third eye. There's this under oath line where he says, Spencer goes, when conversation sparks, or when conversation starts, what an easy way to break the ice. Okay, because it's very hard for people to break the ice. It's very hard for people to make moves. It's very hard for people to, you know, get out of their comfort zone, because the world is fucked. Okay, like who wants to leave their house? Like half the time I don't even want to. I mean, I do because I have to, but doesn't mean I really want to. I like the comforts of my 4 walls, even if it is a crack house. It's a crack home. Okay, I made this shit my home. I don't hate it because it's my sanctuary. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe somebody, look at Spirit believes you're in danger. 12th house of sacrifice. Jesus Christ. I mean, I feel like whoever this person is, if they don't open up their mouths and say something soon, I don't know what it is that they're holding back from you, but it seems it's important enough to come up in this reading. Okay, so I don't know. You might have somebody come and tell you that people have been talking shit and you're never that person to them. So they didn't really know how to take, like, it seems like somebody's losing sleep. But it's not like they're having nightmares, like they're being chased by fucking Freddy Krueger. They're having nightmares like you're coming to them and going like, tell the truth, you know? Oh my gosh. So I watched this mini series called Lazarus, Harlan Cobain. She's this English writer. Oh, she's magnificent. She makes, I don't know if it's a lady or a man, but makes awesome miniseries. And anyways, the Lazarus is a man who can talk to spirits. And these spirits start coming to him because they've been murdered. And the judgment, okay, and justice has been set on another person. And that person did not do the crime. So these ghosts are awoke to set the wrong things right, which is kind of like the crow, right? Brandon gets woken up to set revenge on these people that clearly cannot be left on Earth anymore to be trusted. Okay, so I feel like you are showing up to people's dreams, and for like, I'm basically hearing like threatening them to tell the truth. I just heard he dream cheated on you. Oh my God. I don't even know what that movie is, but okay. But I feel like something's been going on. You might be astral projecting yourself around to people in their dreams. I mean, if this bitch can do it with my sister and me all the time, trust me, she ain't the only one. Okay, so I feel like you're going to people and telling them to tell the truth about what they did to you. They might be on their last breath. You know, they might not have a whole, like Hangman here with the tower energy, like they might not have a whole lot of time left. And this to me seems like this is some serious closure problems that somebody is going to die with if they don't let it out. Honestly, this could be like the grandfather that speaks up all of a sudden that's never spoken a word in like 30 years or 50, 100 years. You know, like I feel like somebody's going to say something. It's just, it's being hidden from you because obviously it has something to do with you. They can't talk about you anymore. They have to see you, or they have to, the information has to go straight to you now. It's like not going to go through a third party. Like maybe someone's been trying to contact you and they're going through a third party. Okay, have you ever done that where somebody you know says, oh, yeah, you know what, I'll call my buddy if you need like a plumber and their best friend's a plumber, or their nephew is somebody that needs to help you, so they say they'll call, and then you're waiting all day and no one's called you, and then you're like, okay, give me the fucking number, I'll call. Like, I'm sick of trying to wait for you to do this because it's just obviously you're not doing it because you're going to say you're busy, right? Because somebody is interfering, you know, somebody's got their hand on something that's fucking with the communication getting to you. That's what I feel. SOA. So this is something good and I mean, there is retaliation here. Okay. There's some violence here because they're not giving you the answer. Yeah. See, that's it. They're not giving you the answer. So, oh my God, like, I don't know what this could possibly be about, but somebody is not letting you know about something. And it is infuriating, like a ghost or somebody. They could be alive. I don't know. It's infuriating somebody because it's like they know, because once you have this piece of information, then obviously they would see you or hear from you, or you would show up. And I don't know if this person is like in the house with these people and they're like, why is this person showing up? And they're like, I don't know, I keep calling them and they're just not calling me back because they're not fucking calling you. You know what I mean? They're hiding this information. Like, oh, you know what I'm getting? And this has been for a while. So Blue has been playing quite a bit, and the News, both Perfect Circle. And I feel like somebody's about to die and they're trying to see you. They're trying to get in touch with you before they die, and someone's blocking them. And there's the Book of Answers in reverse. Like they're the ones that have the answer for this person and they're not doing it. So now it's almost like this person now has to get the information themselves. Instead of going straight to the source, they have to just skip around them because the person that they keep claiming is helping them isn't actually doing anything for them. And like, I'm looking at this jawbone right now that I've had for years. Okay, it's a deer jawbone that still has like 3 molars attached. But I recently put it on the ledge here, and through the bone, you can see veins in there. Old, dried up veins through the bone. and it looks like a face with like energy coming out of its stomach, like lightning. Like, you know how I said I saw lightning in my third eye? It's making me look at it right now, and it's like super creepy because it's just glowing right there. And it's like, I just put it there a couple of days ago, and it hasn't done that until now. So I'm like, man, if this is a dead person, they're still very much alive, you know, like, I mean, death isn't exactly the transition that people think that it is. It's switching dimensions, I think, anyway, sometimes. So I feel like if this person's dead, they're still very much alive. You might also have their ashes. Okay. You might have their teeth or their ashes or something like that. It's this person. Okay. They're trying to communicate with you, or maybe they knew you as a baby. So I feel like this is a grandparent. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but that'd be somebody that'd be around your whole life that like would be coming up to their, you know, endings. Okay. And I feel like they're trying to see you. And it's not working. Obviously, they can help you in some way. Like, you're in danger in some way, and this person wants to help you, and they're blocking that help from getting to you. And that's the thing, is this life or death card came out in limbo. So, I mean, it might not be made up right now if this person's going to die. For real, or if they will, you know, take to the new medication well and come back to life. It's very hard to say, I think, at this point. But they keep asking about you, and now it's like their great choice. They keep asking about you, and they're not getting anywhere. So now they go around. They go around the person that is attached to you the most, which I feel like would be then your parents. These are direct lines, which is maybe that's the veins. Direct veins, direct lines. Because they are keeping, there's disease. See, I feel like someone's got the disease. They got the cancer or something. Liver disease or heart disease or fucking brain disease. I don't know. They got a disease. And I feel like it's not guaranteed they're going to make it. Because life isn't guaranteed to you. It's a fucking privilege, bitch. But look at this. Now I'm a little worried. Because if they're anything like my parents, they live in bumfuck nowhere. If anything ever happens to them and they have a heart attack, you know how long it's going to take to get them actual medical professional help? They're going to be dead. Okay, you want to go live in fucking bumfuck nowhere? Okay, just if you're a little older, be prepared to die there. Because, I mean, when people have heart attacks, like I watched it, okay, that EMS was there within minutes. And that's the only reason they survived, okay? My sister's father-in-law, he lived, oh my gosh, at the time, like 15 minutes away from the hospital. And where he was then, I mean, he was obviously escorted to the hospital via ambulance. And then once they got there, they had already called in to say, listen, we need the fucking chopper because this guy's got to go to Toronto. So they had already made the decision on the way to the hospital that he was too bad, that he had to go straight to Toronto, and they had that chopper ready to go. Okay. He had a triple bypass surgery. What they're called a widowmaker, because you're not supposed to survive. Okay. And then he had another heart attack after that. Okay. So that's the thing. Heart disease, possibly. Okay. It's never a guarantee that they're going to make it to the hospital, that they're going to get the right drugs that they need, that they're even going to get EMS in time. Because EMS, I mean, the reason why we have it is because they can administer things right away on premises to help people to get them to the hospital where the professionals are. Okay. If they can't even get there, right, then this person's, chance at life is going to be slim to none. I just heard 10%. So they have about a 10% chance of survival, if this makes sense. I don't even know if that's literal, because tarot is not literal. So sometimes it's bang the fuck on, though. Okay. So we have Bouncer in reverse with the marijuana card. I feel like if they chill out, they might be fine. But if they don't, because that's a lot of things, if they have heart disease and they start to stress out, their heart will go into arrhythmia and stop. Okay, so it's one of those things that it's kind of their, I think it's all up to, the big guys now, whether or not because they don't want to go, but they also don't want to do the things that they have to do to better themselves. Right? Like I was talking to this lady the other day, and she's having all these eye problems, and she said her mom hid her eye problems, and so she didn't know about her eye problems because it's all fucking hereditary, obviously. And she goes, well, the doctor said that I just need to eat more greens, and the greens will help my eyes. And I said, yeah, but did he give you medication too? She goes, oh yeah. And I'm like, okay, so he's not just expecting you to suddenly go home and start eating green food and like your eyes are gonna clear themselves. She's like, no, but it could help in the long run, right? So I feel like this person could have been warned, okay, especially with marijuana. I mean, marijuana, the main reasons why I smoke weed is because of my Crohn's disease, and I have nausea for most of the day. And I can't eat unless I smoke weed. Like smoking weed is the only thing that really gives me an appetite. Okay. So, and the reason why I really started smoking it was because of that. Right. And I got a prescription for it right away. Because I mean, you can make so many things with weed that can calm your stomach down, especially if you have stomach problems. And with CBD, oh my gosh, the pain relief that sometimes it can give you. So, I mean, they could have been given a lot of home remedies and they didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure back in the day, my grandmother, when she found out that my grandfather had prostate cancer, she sent me this email that said something about asparagus can help do something with cancer. I don't know. And I was like, really, grandma? Like, do you really think that you can eat asparagus every fucking day? Even if you eat it every day, you really think at like 80, it's going to help you? Like, I mean, good for you if you do, but I'm calling bullshit on that. Like, unless you start eating, like, she didn't eat vegetables. Fucking meat and potatoes kind of lady she was, backed right all the way up. All right, like she didn't eat any vegetables. Okay, she didn't like, and honestly, I don't really think she gave a fuck about her health. Like, she constantly went to the doctors, but it's always just asking what a doctor's opinion is, but she's not actually doing anything for her fucking health. Like, taking a bunch of medication prescribed by doctors isn't doing your health any good. There's obviously things that are wrong that you have to change your lifestyle in order to correct. But without changing your lifestyle, you're never going to correct them. And there's not an amount of pills that are going to stop that. All pills do is cover up the symptoms. That's all it does. It's a fucking, it's almost like a placebo, placebo effect, where that's no drugs at all, where you think you're getting them. But this is the kind of thing where you're taking drugs and you think you're getting better and you're never going to. Okay, so it is like a backwards effect, right? Because like even Tylenol and shit, you break your leg, like it's only relieving the pain. It's not going to fix your leg, right? So I don't know what the fuck this reading is about. My nose is getting super itchy though. Pandora's box in reverse with the oldies but goodies. So they didn't want to look at something. You see, Pandora's box is closed. They didn't want to look at something. There's the crow. See, you speak of him and he will appear. Good job, Brandon. Okay, so oldies but goodies. So the things that they heard about in the past, they did nothing about. Okay, and I feel like if they were warned in the past about their health, they let it go. Like one ear and right out the other. Didn't want to remember what the doctor said. Probably said were stupid, or they probably said go see a health practitioner, and they fucking didn't. They called everybody stupid and morons, and well, I tried your tea for a week and it didn't work for me. Do you know how long it takes the herbal remedies to do their job? Okay, I'm still working with something 4 years later, but it has gotten so much better, increasingly better all the time because I've really started medicating herbs like about the last 4 years, really actually taking it seriously for a lot of things via my health. And no, it's not the quick answer. It's the long-term solution. Okay. Very different than a short-term answer, which is what doctors will give you. Right. So if these people have warned them to say, like, maybe you might want to move closer to town, or maybe you might want to, You know, buy a fucking private jet so you can get to a hospital because, bitch, you're going to die soon and you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, I mean, they get their warnings. It's just most people don't listen. Right, there it is. Oh, dear God. Look at this. No and scarecrow. You see, they didn't want to be scared. So they just wanted to forget about it. They just wanted to erase it. Okay, there's Fox Mulder in reverse. They heard everything. They thought it was superstitious. They thought, because I mean, a lot of it probably could have been herbal. Okay, you know what castor oil does? Castor oil can actually reduce so many things. They can reduce tumors. They can completely diminish them if you can, you know, get it through your skin. They can correct. So, oh my God, what castor oil can do. I mean, you should just read up on it because there's so many things my mind wants to say and I can't just say one thing. Read up on it. The shit it does, it's miraculous. Okay. And they probably heard that. They probably heard like maybe they had, you know, this really bad fucking knee problem or something and they were told, listen, rub castor oil on it every day, 3 times a day, and in 5 years you're not gonna have any more pain. And they went, 5 years putting something on for 5 years, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? I want something for it now. And then they opt for the surgery, boom, staph infection, dead. Okay, almost took my fucking uncle. Okay, conspiracy theories. You see what I mean? It was all like they were only told theories because none of this shit is concrete. None of it says for sure this is going to cure cancer and this is going to get rid of it for you. But it doesn't mean it doesn't give you longevity, more years, helps you fight things the natural way. People just want to remove the cancer, do the radiation, you know, take the chemo, and then expect the drugs to do everything. And since your body doesn't know drugs, it kind of doesn't really work that way. You could just be removing the problem, you're removing the symptom, but you're not doing anything about the problem, which is like if you have lung cancer or something, you're not going to stop smoking, right? Or anyways, but you know, it just keeps going on and on and on about what this person gets told about versus they think it's all a hoax, right? And now I think they kind of go like, man, maybe I should have listened to my doctor, you know, maybe I should have listened when they said to do this and to do that. Because I mean, man, I've been putting castor oil on my hands because my arthritis gets so bad and I really want to draw a lot and I need to use my hands, obviously. And I'm only 40, thanks. Need my hands still. So I've been putting castor oil on them now for, oh my gosh, at least a year straight. Maybe possibly longer. And it's working miracles in my hands. It's taken a long time because the damage in my hands is so bad, but oh my gosh, where my hands were 5 years ago versus where they are now is incredible because of how much physical therapy I with them to keep the arthritis from growing and spreading and getting worse and worse and worse. If you leave something and just keep thinking that a topical is going to do the job or a pill is going to do the job, nah. It really isn't. Like a lot of things is massage and repetition and flushing and nurturing and doing the things your body needs to do, because if there's something wrong with it, you're not doing something you need to be doing, right? So I don't know what the hell this reading was about, but I hope it resonated for somebody because I'm going to move on now. I feel like that's the end. Conclusion, drama queen in reverse. See, I don't know. I think this person, again, this all comes down to, I think this person wanting to say they're sorry or make amends with you before they die. Or, I don't know. Somebody's trying to get a hold of you and it could be the third party that's keeping you from speaking. And in that case, I feel like the third party is going to be disintegrated and they're just going to come right towards you as opposed to trying to talk to you through somebody else. Okay, so take it how it resonates. Obviously. All right, next message. Oh, Jupiter, third house. Aquarius. There's Gemini again. Your community. House of sharing. you might be guided to give something. Or you have been guided to give in very small energy as it is. Okay. But I feel like whatever you were told to give or were like guided to give, okay, is coming around. It's coming around. All right. Give it to me. That was quick. Peace, a visitor. See what I mean? Victory, 6-6 right away. Ha! 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups right away. Boom, boom. Then we have the Queen of Coins. We have the Fool and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so okay. I feel like if you're dealing with somebody, who I don't know, maybe you liked them at some point in time and they had a girlfriend or they had a boyfriend. I feel like they are single now. Okay, and oh my gosh, look at that. We have every card in the, oh my gosh, we have every color in the deck. This is so cute. We have 1 cup, 1 wand, 1 pentacle, 1 major arcana, and 1 sword. All the colors. I mean, the Godfather cards are so cute because they're color coded. Okay. We have 1 color. Like, I just had to stop and look at it. Spirit's like, look at what's in front of you. I'm like, I know. There is a color. There's something else going on here. Okay. So I feel like 3rd house. Okay. So maybe you got with somebody within your community. Okay. And you really couldn't get rid of them. You couldn't get around it. So you just kind of had to bite your tongue. Okay. And not really say how you felt because, I mean, really, what were you supposed to do? Like, tell them to stay single until you had the guts to ask them out or some shit like that? Okay, so they started seeing somebody. Okay. And I don't know if you suddenly maybe got to a point where you're like, fuck it, I don't care. And I'm just going to tell them because they have got a girlfriend anyway. So what do I have to worry about? I got nothing to care about. You might have said something. Okay. And you are like all up in this person's head. Okay. As like one of the most caring people ever. Queen of Cups. Generous, nurturing, caring. Like, you were obviously not the vindictive bitch that maybe they thought you were going to be or some shit like that. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like they think it's going to be so good that it's going to get taken away from them. Or there could be some type of stagnant energy where you two haven't talked in a while and they're going to break that stagnant line of no communication. Ace of Cups. This is what I mean. They got something to give you. Negotiation. There's Temperance. All right. And then Crossroads. 2 of Swords. Okay. So I'm not really sure what happened between you and this person, but I feel like, I don't know if they're going to ask you to go for a drink or something like that. There's the Sun sitting on the top of the deck. Or they might have possibly broke up with somebody for you or ended something with somebody for you. And it's a huge risk because it's somewhere they've never gone. And it's like, it's new and it's fresh and they might not really know what the fuck they're doing, but they're going to go with it. I don't know. This could be you. Like, this could be a job or something. or an opportunity and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to risk it because it seems like this company is a lot more caring or a lot more deserving of my time than these other people. Because I feel like you're at a crossroads, you're at a stalemate, you're at, you know, a standstill, and you can't go anywhere. Therefore, if you can't get anywhere from where you're at, then you need a total transformation. You need everything to change then. Which could be this new beginning. Wheel of Fortune, luck, fate. See? Luck is on your side with this. The universe must really like you. King of Coins. See? Oh, sorry. That's not the Queen of Cups. It's the Queen of Coins. Whoopsies! Oh, well, she wanted to come up as the Queen of Hearts as well because she obviously is a very caring person. She doesn't just care about money. She cares about where the money goes and what gets done with the money. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe this king, okay, now who just showed up, this is obviously maybe the person you're dealing with. Standing strong, 7 of Wands. I feel like it's a possibility that this person's going to be really good with this person's money. Like this could be finding a new accountant, taking a risk and going to a new accountant after all these years behind your parents' back. I don't know. I can only hope that the analogy is correct, but try to bend it if you can. Okay. Yeah, like maybe this person's really going to help them balance their shit out. Like maybe there's some nasty negotiations that they have to go through soon. And then they're going to need some recovery. So then they come to you and get a drink. Maybe you're a bartender. Maybe you work somewhere. I don't know, because at the same time I'm getting alcohol here, but I'm getting some type of like charcuterie board over here. So yummy, little wine, little sausage, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe I feel like this person, they spun the wheel and that wheel landed on you, and that just is going to help them get out of this position where like they feel they can't get anywhere. They're not getting anywhere with something, and it's really pissing them off. So once something blows up, they're going to want to have a drink. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm getting now? I'm getting New Year's Eve. Like you might, hey, Lauren, you might hang out with them on New Year's Eve. Maybe they ask you to do something on New Year's. I mean, it's not that far away, people. Okay. It's like what, 7 weeks away? Like, you know how fast 7 weeks goes? Redonkulously fast. Okay. We have 2 6 7s. Like 6 7 6 7. So whatever that's about. There's another 6. What do you know? The 6 of Pentacles, 666. I feel like this new beginning is going to be very fruitful. There's battles, opponent. See, they got something going on. Okay, some type of negotiations going on. Oh, I just got confirmation with that. Okay, there's the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords was in reverse. This battles an opponent, and this Knight of Wands was upright with an offer. And then the Queen of Swords, independent and honest. So I feel like whoever they're battling right now, because I mean, court can't last forever, battles can't last forever, wars can't last forever. Okay, things end, obviously. So I feel like they come towards this Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, after they've beat this opponent in a negotiation. So, I think once they beat them, they're going to be all wild up too. They're going to be all like, you know, pumping their fists and shit in the air, probably wanting to celebrate. I mean, there is a victory here. So I believe it goes the way that they want it to go. Doesn't mean it's not going to be like, it's not going to be easy, but it goes the way that they want it to go. And this could all be wrapping up around New Year's. And it's going to be a huge celebration. All right. So take your hangover pills now because you're going to be drinking a lot. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. I watched the night before last night because I really needed to get into Christmas. I'm like, all this fucking Halloween shit. I'm over it. Even though I still watched a scary movie after that, I needed to brighten up my day. So I watched the night before, and he gets all fucked up on all these drugs, Seth Rogen, because he's about to have a kid. And I just got reminded because it's like, if you know, because it could be a while before you see this person or something. It could be 7 weeks, 8 weeks, you know, before you see them. And then when you do, it's just going to be like buck wild. Like they might be taking E and fucking smoking weed and then doing cocaine and then drinking and then just popping mollies, and the day is going to end at 8 in the morning. You know what I mean? You just never know. Apparently, this person knows how to boogie. Okay, some type of wizard, I would imagine. Now I'm getting that Friends episode where their wizard friend comes, but he doesn't actually come, but they're anticipating. And then they talk about how much fun they have with the wizard all the time. Oh, my God. Because wizards, man. They just make shit happen. All right, take what resonates and leave the rest behind there, Lauren. These cards are so fucked. Again, to me, it doesn't seem like cheap card stock, but I think it is cheap card stock, which is why after 2 years, they still won't bend. Without trying to hit me in the chest. You're so violent. And they hurt my hands. Okay, here we go. It's a love and hate relationship with this deck, I tell you. Look at that card is flipped. Weird. 4 of Pentacles. Ooh, somebody holding on to something pretty tight. What are you holding on to? There's another flip. The Magician. You see, I was talking about a wizard, and now they all want to come out. 3 of Cups. Okay, it was the Magician in reverse, so let's just hold on a second. I almost feel like someone's directing energy at you to feel like you're in a lack thereof kind of situation, and it's bullshit. They're trying to fuck with you. The Chariot in reverse. I don't think it's going to go the way they think it's going to go. Maybe they've gotten you to do things before in this The Hangman. Jesus. I feel like maybe they've gotten you to do things in this energy before, and this time around, it's not working because they've done it too many times now. It's almost as if somebody calling you up and saying, hey, somebody broke into my apartment, and you come over, and then they say it another 3 or 4 times, and you keep coming over, and there's nobody there, and nothing's happened, and nothing's broken in. It's like they're fucking with you. They're just trying to get you away from somebody, or trying to get your mind onto them, so then you don't look at something else. So then you hold on to them instead of, I don't know, I think there's a friend close to you, possibly. Okay. Maybe this is a friend that's trying to get you to hold on to them. Okay, so then you don't go anywhere. Chariot in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. Ex, an ex-lover. Somebody you had sexuals relationships with. Sexuals, definitely some intercourse going on here. Okay. There's the High Priestess. There's the 9 of Cups. And then the 9 of Pentacles. Ooh. I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like somebody turned on them. Somebody, I don't know if this is you, and you turned on somebody that you were having intercourse with. Okay, maybe you thought they were doing something behind your back. I know there are so many things coming to my head right now. Oh my God. Like you were banging somebody, and this High Priestess got a wind of it, one of their friends. Somebody, you could have had sex with somebody and they have a friend around them that really wanted them, and then they were kind of trying to work their way in, and then they find out about you sleeping with them, and then suddenly it's like, oh my God, I have to have them. I have to take them now, or I'm going to lose my opportunity. Ooh. That's not good. It's not good. It's not good. There's some fucking sneaky shit going on here. The Fool. You see what I mean? This idiot. The fucking Fool. What are you doing? Other than being an idiot. Ace of Swords. Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, well, the truth didn't get somewhere because the Fool stopped it. This High fucking Priestess. Ooh, she used her third eye. Oh my God. I can see it. You had somebody very, very involved with you. And this Fool could not stand that. They wanted to be with this person, and they did something to you, and they stopped the truth from getting to you, or they cut the truth off from them, turned everything onto you. Then they look like the good guy. Oh. Wow. That's why it went from the 9 of Cups to the 9 of Pentacles. You switched. You went from, fine, you're not going to be something that I wish for. I'm just going to fucking work. Fuck you. I'm not even going to put my energy into anything anymore. You just went to work. 9 of Pentacles, working on your independence. Working on fucking, there's your Ace of Swords right there with you. Like, you're smarter than what this person did. They might have fallen for it, but doesn't mean that you did. And actually, that was kind of like a download that I got today with a certain deity that is coming down to start doing his work right now, because it's around the time where he starts to work. So he's come into town now. Okay. I got full notification about it last night. He came into town and did an evaluation with somebody already in the dream state last night. And he came to me today, RIP, yep. He came to me today to tell me the verdict of it while I was driving. He jumped on my car, which he usually does, and brought in his, because like when I drive, like my third eye is just like wide open. My third ear is wide open because I'm so connected with everything, right? When you are like driving, if you're connected with the road, it's like you are connected with the road, okay? You know about shit happening that is around the corner, 3 corners back. Like the road, when you become a part of it, it just tells you everything. And he showed up in my car and he said to me, my sister was telling in real life what was going on in the dream. And then I said, okay, well, he's here doing his evaluation then. And I said, and he got manipulated again. And if you manipulate a deity like this, that's the thing. There is no turning back from it. And she did it before. And she got away with it because it was like kind of like a slap on the wrist, almost like, your first offense, right? Even in court, they kind of go like, okay, it's your first offense. We'll slap you with a fine. We'll get you doing some, community service. But if you do this again, you're going to go to jail. Okay, it was something like that. Like she had done something and then he was like, okay, well, if you do it to me again, and then she did it to him again. And that's the thing, is so many people, especially women, right? If they think they're good looking or if they think that there's an asset that they can use, they automatically assume that the person's going to be dumb enough to fall for that asset and not notice how much they're lying, right? Tits, okay? Fucking all of a sudden, making somebody feel like you're checking them out or you want to, there's ways to do it. So then suddenly what's going on is not what's going on because they've changed it. They've manipulated the energy. Okay. So I kind of feel like this is that fool. You got in the energy of something and they found out about it. They didn't like it. Even though you had full permission to be there, full attention, everything was fine. They came in with their bullshit. Okay. And they started acting like they use their third eye and they're so connected. You need to get away from this person. I can see that they're not a good person. And I can see all of a sudden now they're acting like you, but above, like a little bit like they're because they're acting, right? So they're not being genuine about it. They're just trying to, like, again, now I'm seeing the movie Tarot. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but she's giving the readings and it's just like this boom, boom, boom. And I like every time I watch that movie, because there's different things that I pick up on movies like that I need to know. I'm like, that's not how readings go. Like I can hear some of what she's saying in the cards, but it doesn't line up with the spread that she got. So why would she say that, right? Because it's a fucking movie. That's not how we do cards. That's not how we do readings. Okay. But everybody's different. Okay, not a lot of people choose to talk about themselves. I choose to talk about myself because, for one, so many people steal readings on here from people that they don't want to hear about my, ex-Nazi grandmother's war stories. Okay. They want to just hear that collective's going to get married and that collective is going to meet a guy and they're going to walk around the corner and they're going to, spill their coffee all over the next man they're going to fall in love with. Right. I will never give readings like that, which means for the most part, I don't believe people will steal my content because they don't want to have to edit all the bullshit out where I talk about my life. Okay. Which is, again, a reason why I do that. I'm always going to, because the analogies come up with stories. Stories are full in your life, right? So why not use the story that already happened in your life for the analogy that's coming through the cards, right? Spirit works in mysterious ways. Sometimes did we go through something so then we could talk about it as an analogy, right? Did we revisit something so then we could help somebody in the future go through something and we had to relive it, but we can relive it because we've gotten over it. But that's why we had to go through it, was so that we could help them. I mean, that's the thing, is it's all pay it forward, right? We help and then they help and then they'll help and then this other person will help. We can't, if we keep spreading bullshit and black magic, then everybody else will spread that. And then that's what's around. Do you want that around, or do you want pureness? Because if you know your life and you're not full of shit, then the truth won't scare you. If the truth scares you, there's something going on. Okay. And that's why that's why we do readings. Figure out why the truth scares you. Figure out why you can't handle the truth, or why it fucks you up so bad, right? The more you ask yourself the questions, so then you heal yourself, the more you're going in the right direction of self-worth and self-love. Because why would you want to, it's almost like bulldoze yourself and destruct yourself over things that you can't change because you can't understand them. You're never going to understand what happened to you. That's not the point. You don't understand why. You understand how you're going to get through it and how it's going to make you stronger. So then you don't ever have to go into that fucking room again, or basement again, or situation again, and never feel like you can come out of it. Right? Like, we're the ones that trap ourselves. We're the ones that do so much to ourselves after the crime has already been committed. Right? And that's just what humans do to beat themselves up for things that other people do to them. Right? So whatever this fool has done to you, I feel like there are things that you've done to yourself to punish yourself for losing this person, when they're the ones that manipulated the person to leave. You didn't do anything. It had nothing to do with you. It's not like you had bad breath one day, or, you didn't like the same music. I don't feel like it was superficial. I feel like it was fucked with by this high priestess. I really do. I really do. And that's what sucks for collective, because when somebody does break up with you or stops talking to you, and you didn't do anything wrong, all you can do is sit on, well, what if I did this? And what if I did this? And, what if it's because I messaged them too much? Or what if it's because I talked to them too much? Like, can I not be myself? Because then that goes into psychosis, where you feel like you can't be yourself. And if you can't be yourself, then who's going to love you? And then if no one's going to love you, then you're like, well, why the fuck am I even here? Why am I even trying? And like, that's where they get into you and they win. That's how this high priestess wins, because she gets in your head and she fucks with you. Okay. And any high priestess knows this is a dark high priestess. Okay, this is somebody that feeds off the illnesses in people to make herself stronger, so then she can stand over a weak person and go, you need my help, and I'm going to help you stand up, but only if you do this, and you listen to me for once. It's abuse. Okay, it really is. It's like having an abusive step parent, okay, who just decided to marry a man with an autistic child, and they don't know anything about autism, but they're used to controlling, and they want to control the child. Well, if you know anything about autism, you can't control an autistic child if you fucking tried. Okay? You just got to hold on for dear life that you don't get killed by one of their spasms that they can't control. Okay? Because something's been done to them. There's a chemical imbalance in them that they can't control. Okay, there's a reason for that. There's not a reason for this fool acting like a fucking idiot, thinking that she can get into your head and his and this other person's head, okay, to manipulate a situation that was going completely fine. Oh, good God. There is a mirror here too, 3553. Three of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords. So I feel like this lying queen, okay, who's hiding in the shadows, acting like they know everything, like they're some high priestess. They're full of shit, by the way. They have no idea what they're talking about. Okay, I feel like with this Three of Wands in reverse, they might have 3 fucking cannons just waiting there to shoot into your life. And I have this vision in my dreams this one time, and I was with my 20s fucking love, okay? The love of my life, okay? And his mother, okay, was arsenic. And I didn't really see it because I had my own shit going on, and he needed help that I couldn't necessarily do. So I kind of encouraged him to be a little bit of a mama's boy because I couldn't be a wife. Okay. I was like 20 years old. All right. Not even going to fucking even try to go there. I'm not even going to pretend I can go there. Okay. So him being attached to his narcissistic mother, I was okay with. It didn't threaten me because at least she filled some voids that, like I said, I couldn't do. I'm not one to feel threatened. Okay. I know how to throw down. I ain't threatened by nobody. Okay. But in this vision, okay, now let me tell you, it was my sweetheart in my 20s. It also took me about 10 years to get over this guy because it was very, very abusive relationship. But he was in my, okay, so the dream started where it was me and his mom's name's Deb. Fucking Debbie's, okay, Deborah's. Okay, so Deb is standing on the other side of the road, and I'm standing on my side of the road. My side of the road is my property line. Okay, so in this dimension, I had property. And her property was on the other side with her house and everything. I couldn't really see what was on my property because the damage that she had done. So I'm standing there in the dream, and she, okay, I'm only telling you this story because this is why. See those fucking cannons? And I said they might be sitting there with cannons. See those fucking, okay? See those bad boys? So I'm standing there and she's yelling something. And then all of a sudden she fucking throws a bomb onto my property and it blows up. And I finally, in the vision, I turn and I look on my property and there are about, 15, okay, at least 15 holes or, points of destruction where she had thrown cannons onto my property. And so in the dream, I notice, oh my God, you fucking bitch, you destroyed my whole house. And she was just standing there like, I can do this. I'm allowed. Fuck you. You dated my son. You're never going to get him. Because that's what she would say. Like, you're never going to have him. You're just a warm body beside him. He doesn't really love you. The shit she used to say to me, like I said, was arsenic. But I didn't know that, that was abusive at the time. Okay. Call me crazy. So I throw a fucking cannon back. Okay. So I get 3 cannons in, and then my ex-boyfriend, okay, his mother, all right, that's his mother, comes running into the dream, and he's screaming at me for throwing these cannons on his mom's property. And like, so shall it be. I mean, it looks really bad. And I go, dude, look at what she did to mine. And then he looked at my property and he goes, my mother did this? And I go, your mother did this to my shit. I'm only 3 in. She's what, hit me with 13, 14? And the dream stopped. He started walking over to his mom's house and he was livid. And I woke up. Again, no idea what these fucking dreams mean, okay? But I know it's somebody trying to take you down, trying to throw shit into your life, trying to demolish things that you've built, trying to, desecrate things that you've worked so hard on because they don't want you around. They don't want you with their son. They don't want you with their daughter. And for some reason, they feel like they have the fucking right to bulldoze you and gaslight you and act like you're the fucking asshole in the family. You're the one that ruined everything. When if they just took a look for a second in the mirror to see what the fuck they were doing, they would realize that they were the problem. But no. We know narcissists. If the camera's on them because they know that they did something, they're going to move it right off of them and turn it to somebody else and immediately gaslight everybody. Okay? That's exactly where it goes. They're going to take themselves out of the equation, excuses as to why it's everybody else's fault that they did what they did, blah, blah. And I couldn't believe it because, it was so good in the dream because so many times I saw him, his mom would overstep and I would see him, correct her, like, fuck you, like, fucking back up, like, mom, like, this is my life, I'm a fucking 30-year-old man. And there were parts where she walked all over him and he said nothing. He just appeased her. And that's the thing. You can't do that with narcissists. You can't enable them to be narcissists, or you enable the monster to unleash its wrath on innocent people. And then in my mind, You're just as bad as them. Okay? So you had some fucking fool bitch come into your life. Oh, yeah, that's right. 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. King of Wands. Okay, you're moving forward. Okay, all blazed up and hot as fuck. So whatever it is that they're going to try to do this next time, they're going to try to, you know, throw some cannons at you and destroy your property and, you know, put some landmines in there and shit. It's all going to come back. Nothing is, I really don't feel like this point in time that anything goes unrecorded, because even in my dreams, it's not like I'm seeing my dream. Like sometimes I see my dreams from my eyes, you know, like I'm in my body. I know that I am, but other times I'm like a camera on the wall. Or I'm something else from a different angle, because why am I looking down on myself? You know, why am I, sometimes I'm like shopping in this weird mall, but I'm not shopping. I'm usually working, you know, like something's going on in that store, and I'll see myself going and going around the store, but at eye level. So if I can see myself, then whose eyes am I looking through? Right? So I don't really know how the fuck this shit works, but I know that what happens in my dreams happens in real life. It's just different because your dream is an analogy, which is what tarot is. It's an analogy. It can be literal at times, because if you nail in the coffin, okay, then it will be exactly how you see it. But it's usually a lot more confusing than that, because if it was that easy, then it would just be too easy, I guess. I don't know. Because this reading tarot and shit, it's hard as fuck. Okay, it's not like, oh, you know, you can just buy a tarot deck and start reading. Like, yeah, sure, you can buy a tarot deck and just start, you know, going with the book. But it goes a lot more through the book than this is what the card means. Because in every deck, every hermit is different, you know, in every deck, every empress is different, right? It's not the same. People's interpretation of what things are isn't the same. So this world is just like the English language, fucking confusing. Okay? I don't understand it. I don't know why they have to make it so. But then, you know, it's because we look like crazy people. And I don't mind looking like a crazy person, because it's better than looking like plain old Jane that just looks like everybody else. You know? Rumors are even good or bad publicity. Okay, so 108. Oh, good God. All right. I feel like I'm going to do one more reading, but it's hot as fuck in my house. Got that fucking heat just cranked right now because I wanted to. But now I've got the psychic sweats. So you're just going to have to give me uno momento to calm this vehicle down. So I'm going to smoke some Kefir Reefer. This is your smoke break. All right, go take your smoke break and come back. See, I'm already cooled down. I'm wearing pants. I never wear pants when I channel, so surprisingly, I feel pretty damn good right now. So we're going to end this. I don't really like taking breaks, if you haven't noticed. You know, when I got this tattoo, he's like, oh, let's take a break for a second. I don't like to take breaks. I really don't, because then it settles, you know, the tattoo settles. And then when you come back to it, I'm like more sensitive, right? So I don't like taking breaks. Like I had to work at this job where we had to take breaks, and it used to piss me off because like I'd go and I'd sit down and have my break, and then I'd be so tired. I'd be like, fuck, why do you guys make me take a break? Like I'm tired. I want to work. And then when I don't want to work anymore, then I'll take my break. I know it's weird. I've never got really to take breaks, and I know why, you know, like my sister used to get hour-long breaks at this one place she worked at. And I was like, man, if they sent me home for an hour, if they told me I got to go home for an hour, you think I would come back every day? Fuck that. That was like recess when I got to high school. I used to go home and Do you think I ever made it back to afternoon classes? I still have nightmares that I didn't graduate high school because of how much I ditched. I fucking hated high school. Like, I mean, it was easy, breezy, awesome, but I hated it. Okay, The Chaser and Not Today in reverse, both of them. Okay, so I feel like somebody around you has some abandonment issues. I don't know, maybe people walk out on them, leave them all the time, something like that. I feel like they are getting over it quick. Okay, there's that Tom, was that Tom Petty? Yeah, I think that's Tom Petty. I'm not afraid of you running away, honey. I get the feeling you won't. Okay, that's Breakdown. Baby, breakdown. Go ahead, give it to me. Breakdown, honey, take me through the night. Ha! Breakdown, it's all right. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so somebody right now is not talking to you. Okay, and the reason for that is, again, because they've got some abandonment-ish, okay, that they're trying to get over. So maybe they're like playing a little hard to get and like you just won't go away. And that's what's making them feel like, okay, well, if I give them one-word answers or if I'm not really the warmest to them and they're still trying, then obviously they're not trying to use me, right? Like, I don't know if this is somebody who extended their hand to you in some way and then you kind of was like a little bit hesitant about it and now maybe they're a little bit hesitant about it. Okay, it could be something like that. Like, okay, well, if I do this for you, then I'm afraid you're going to go running or something because maybe somebody has something to give. Okay, and they don't want you to take it. Or they're afraid you're going to take it because maybe everybody takes it. I don't know. Somebody seems to take things from them. So that's why they have these issues. Because it happens every time. Okay? So they keep trying to change the pattern of like, why does it keep happening? So they realize that they've got, you know, enemies that, I don't know, maybe the other woman, I don't oh my God, those just came out of nowhere. As I was looking at the other woman, something like that, I don't know. Okay, keys on a ring. Many options. See, it's almost like maybe somebody treats people, you know, treat them like they're replaceable, right? So they need to give them this thing, and then that's the thing that separates them, but then they get used for that thing. I don't know. Maybe they have a huge dick, okay, and they get used for it. Okay, I don't know. It seems pretty fucking superficial. So we're just going to Ron Jeremy them and say they might just have the biggest dick in the world. Okay, I don't know what the fuck the fuss is about, but there's something that is fussing them. Okay. And I don't know, maybe now I'm getting like, maybe they're a drug dealer and everybody gets hooked on their shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe they were in a convenience store and they give candy away. I don't know. Liquor store, maybe they give liquor away. I don't know. But they give something away to people. And they get used for it. Okay? It would be somebody like if a man made an interest towards me, okay, and then got me doing personal readings for him all the time, but really wasn't paying me, maybe trying to pay me in sexual favors or trying to pay me, you know, like now I'm getting Meredith on The Office where she was sleeping with a guy at Outback Steak for state coupons, and free paper. Oh my God, Meredith. She didn't realize it was totally against the law. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe it goes that way. Maybe they give their services away for free to people and then they start getting used for it. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, right? You got something, people want you for it, and it's your asset. So, you give it away, and then now people are starting to use it. Whoa, did you see those cards flip out? So now we have soulmates and the coffee cup. Meeting in I have coffee in this. Usually I have my London fogs in here, but today I've got coffee. Okay, so maybe they're going to ask you for a cup of coffee. Because there is a contract here. Oh my God, look at date on the bottom of the deck. See what I mean? I feel like someone's going to ask you out. Okay, House of Cards, it's a little bit of a risk for them. Because of, again, okay, so this is like somebody, like I said, they get used for something and they swore to themselves that they're never going to do it again because they know they get used because of it, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, I feel like they're going to do it again, okay, but maybe not right in the beginning. Like maybe not give your shit away for free right away. Maybe like wait a few dates. Like what's that 40-year-old virgin? I always do that. 40-year-old virgin, what was it, like 30 dates? And then she's like 50 dates or something like that. Okay. Ascension and not enough. See, so somebody's getting over, because whatever this is that they get used for, it doesn't make them who they are. It's something that they just, I don't know, just keep, because it's a part of them. It's like driving the Benz around and it just gets girls all wild up. But they usually have a winter car, but it's not winter weather yet. So they're only got the Jag out, or I don't know, something, and they get used for it. They really do. They're getting used for something. So now it's like, okay, well, maybe take the winter car out before, ride this bitch around, in your Honda Accord from 1990, and then bust out the Lamborghini. Okay? Or something like that. I don't know. Again, I was watching a movie last night, and this woman, she's making six figures, okay, but she wants a six-figure man. Well, guess what? Okay, maybe you're going to get a fucking three-figure man, okay? And that's how it usually works. One person has money, the other person doesn't, okay? To find two Richie Riches to get together, it's very hard. Okay, so she's dating this guy who in the beginning tells her that he's kind of rich. He doesn't say he's rich, but he omits something so then she doesn't really know what's going on. And then once he kind of tells her the truth, like, listen, by the way, I don't really have a lot. There's this part of the movie where she calls her friend and she's like, listen, I am breaking up with this guy. And she's like, why? What the fuck? And she's like, she goes, his car broke down and I have to go pick him up. And I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious, because it just goes to show, like, are you going to be superficial? Okay. Like, now that you have money and you want to tell everybody that you do, or you're actually going to fucking use it, or are you going to act like now this person doesn't have money, so now they're not good enough for you. Right. I feel like sometimes we get these relationships that come, right, and we show our true colors. We have to, right? And maybe you're gonna show the right colors where they might want to hold something back from you. Like some people, they won't tell you that they have kids right away because they're so used to people judging them because they have kids. So they go on these dates with these women sometimes or whatever. And then as soon as they mention their kids, the woman's like, ugh, gross. I don't want kids. Or I'm not really ready to handle, little kids. Like I'm a, 30-year-old bachelor here, bitch. Like people get snooty and snobby about it as if all of a sudden you can change it and just make your kids disappear. You're not Houdini. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. This is a very interesting reading. Whoa. It's like somebody is, I don't know. Maybe this person now, because they do love bomb a bit, you know, with this thing that they give. Okay. It is a form of love bombing. Okay. So, and I mean, that BOMBs get thrown all around from every corner. Okay. Apparently we were just talking about them in the last reading. Okay. So this person has to learn to, you know, maybe just start with a coffee. Okay. Don't go taking these bitches out on fucking 5-star, you know, dinners and shit. Right. And I knew this one guy back in the day through my sister's husband, ex-husband, and he had so much money. It was just a very successful, and he was only like 29 at the time or something, and he already had 3 or 4 houses. He had established himself. He just, the guy could just make millions. He just had this knack for making money. It was really crazy how some people can just make money from nothing. Okay. And he had such a hard time finding a woman because he was young, right? So the women that he would date were young, obviously early 20s, mid 20s. And the second that they got into his Escalade, you know, or the second that he took them to, because he always wanted to go to Toronto. That was his favorite thing to do. Take these bitches to Toronto, blah, blah, blah. And then even by the time he got to Toronto, it takes like 2.5 hours to get to Toronto sometimes, depending on where you're going from where I live, right? He'd almost be done with them by the time he got to Toronto because he wouldn't spend time with them. He would just look at what they look like and then just start throwing money on it, thinking that, okay, well, some hot chick, she's going to want me for my money. No. As much as sometimes, yes, that does work. He couldn't be superficial. So it was almost like he couldn't follow through with the deal. It's not that he couldn't fake it with these bitches, because I'm sure he probably could have, but he couldn't because he was too authentic. He was fucking peaches, you know, he was just a fucking great guy. You can't pretend to be an asshole when you're not. Okay. So I just saw something on the palm of my hand. Did you see me look like, did I tattoo myself there and I forgot? I don't know. Maybe this person has their palm tattooed. Oh, good luck with that. That's going to heal like an asshole, but I don't know. Maybe they just got their palm tattooed or something, or maybe, I don't know. There's so many things. Addiction and sabotage, rebuilding. See, I kind of feel like this person has, you know, they had a block. Okay. They had a restraint. Okay. Holding them back from you by their own demise. Okay. They're used to sabotaging themselves, going for the wrong person. Okay. Going for the wrong jobs, going for the wrong bosses, going for the wrong opportunities, forcing things, thinking that that's how we do things. Everybody forces things. Just because other people force things, it doesn't mean that you even have the capacity to force things, let alone live it out. Because that would be a huge fucking front. And not a lot of people can live and act in a front, because it is just a front. It's full of shit. Okay, full of holes, full of lies, full of so much. All right, 124.17. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I need to feed my fish and get the fuck off here because I've done a lot of readings today. So thanks for being here. And Lauren, if you're still here, thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you had a fantastic day. Is that Lauren? No. Oh, sorry there. Oh, there's another message. You know, honestly, sometimes you guys probably don't even see that. Different messages come through. Sorry about that. Whoever that is. Christian conscience or Christ conscience. Jesus Christ is right. Anyways, right. I'm going to peace out. WinnieMoonshine@gmail.com in the description. Check it out. If not, enjoy the channel. Oh yeah, shit. I still got to put everything in my about section. I put the prices on my community section if you want to check that out. Instagram's already linked. We got TikTok going now, and we are just blasting through this motherfucker. Okay, so join the Vibe Tribe. Like it, share it, love it. I appreciate it. The world does. We got to get these messages out to people hardcore quick. All right, so peace. Have a good one. Word to your mothers. Be good.